I'm just really, really happy for the group. Really proud of them. No question. We've faced a lot of adversity. It's been a lot of tough outings, tough outcomes. But again, as I said before, this group has just always been resilient. Nobody's gotten down. Nobody's been finger pointing. They've kept a real positive attitude. And we as coaches just keep saying, just stay with it. You're going to start getting rewarded. So obviously it would have been nice to, not to have to go to overtime. But that's hockey. We blew a tire on the first one, and they kind of get a bit of a lucky bounce on the second one, and happens to be on the stick of their best player both times. So, but again, the groups didn't wilt, didn't fold. Got an opportunity in the overtime as far as the power play, and took advantage of it. So it just feels really, really good to get that W.
Does it kind of feel like the monkey is off the back now when it's not looming over you?
Yeah, that's just in a way. I mean, in the back of your mind, it's such a tough league, and every game, from here on out, it's going to be a battle, and we know that. So just to have this group, get rewarded and feel good about themselves in terms of getting a win, because you can feel good about yourself when you play well, but when you lose, it's still a loss, and it's still, again, we're all competitors in that. And you feel it. So to get a win, it just creates even a more positive vibe. And it's only one. Obviously, a big game again tomorrow. We're going to be going against a really motivated team, so we have to be ready. But we'll certainly enjoy this one tonight and be ready to go tomorrow afternoon.
You guys put the War Road kids back together, and it paid off pretty quickly.
Yeah, I thought that line was really good. I thought Gino's been playing really well, and we've just been kind of trying to find, obviously Gabby's line with Taylor and Haley has been, they've scored, 90% of our goals, 80% of our goals, I guess, going into tonight, and they scored again. But just trying to find a little bit more in terms of our lines. But I thought Ray's line was really good again today. Zibley's line had some opportunities. So again, everybody was jumping. But yeah, those three definitely have some chemistry, and it certainly comes from a lot of time playing together. And certainly Gino and Talya have that obvious connection, and then you saw it there in that goal. That was big.
And whether or not Khloe gets credit for the last goal, I mean, this was probably one of her better games, both ends of the ice. Yeah,
she was a warrior, no doubt. All of our kids, all of our freshman defensemen, I thought they battled hard. It's not easy, but they come back, they have smiles on their faces, and they're anxious to get back on the ice, so it's good.
And this game in regulation played out similar to the Duluth game, where you had a lead for most of the game, and you saw it slip in the third. Did it almost start to feel like, oh man, it's happening again?
Absolutely, and that's where I give the group credit. We took time out there after they had tied it, and just reinforce how well we've been playing, and just got to get back. We said there's nothing we can do about it. It's over. We blew a tire. It got a bad bounce. That's hockey. Can't dwell on it. Now we got to figure out how we're going to go out and get ourselves an opportunity to win this hockey game. We went out there on the next couple shifts and forced them to take a penalty, which was huge, and obviously we took advantage of it in the overtime.
And you mentioned it a little bit, right, where it's finally good to see the results for the hard work. But and you'll probably have to turn the page quickly to play against them again tomorrow. But just for these girls, how nice is it for them to get a chance to just celebrate a win in the locker room at home? Yeah, I mean, if you went in that locker room right now, you'd just see 20, 24 big smiles. I mean, it was fun to see. The first win of the season.
Really good. Feels really good.
Yeah, and it's obviously been a long time coming, and almost slipped there in the third. So just to kind of battle through that tough last 5 minutes, what does that do for you guys' confidence?
It is huge for us because we've had some tough bounces at the end of third periods, and it just feels really good to know how to win.
Yeah, and for all the Warrior girls on the line.
Yeah.
How cool is that to get to play with, obviously, your sister and kid?
Super fun. I love playing with them. I played with them in high school, so.
And you got 2 assists on your sister's first goal.
Yep.
And just talk about what that means to you and kind of a big picture.
Yeah, super exciting. I'm super glad she scored tonight, and I think it just opens the floodgates.
Yeah, and obviously for a lot of freshmen, it's a young team. So, what does getting that first win do for their confidence as someone who's kind of been through all those firsts before.
Yeah, so I think it can be tough to come on to sometimes just coming in and feeling like you're not getting the success, and I think that can be a huge motivator just to keep working hard and strive for the next win.
All right, first goal. How does it feel?
It's unreal. It's really special that I got to share it with Genevieve, and yeah, it was really exciting.
Yeah, and obviously it probably took a lot longer than you hoped to get your first goal, first win, and do all those first. But now that they all kind of came at once, just talk about those emotions.
The adrenaline's definitely pumping a little higher right now than it has been this season, but I think it just opens up more opportunities to get more wins and more goals the rest of the season.
This game played out a little similar to the Duluth game, where you guys had that 1-goal lead the whole time, and it just slipped at the last second. When it slipped tonight, did it almost feel like, oh no, it's happening again?
Yeah, I definitely think there's a lot of minds that can think oh, it's going to happen, we're not going to win this one, but our team's got something special, and we just keep fighting to the end, and we pulled out the win.
This is the first time you guys have gotten to do the whole celebration after a game in the locker room. Just, does that kind of motivate you to push for the next one and kind of build off of it?
Yeah, for sure. Us freshmen didn't know what to expect for the celebration in the locker room, but it was fun, so we want to do it again.
And, and then the last one is this was another good game from Yava and goal, and just talk about how good she was tonight and a lot of big saves to keep getting it.
Yeah, she's outstanding, great freshman. I think it's going to be huge for the next 4 years having her in our class, and yeah, she stood on her head tonight.
You got the first one of the year. Just talk about how good it feels after a tough start.
Yeah, obviously very well. Feels good to do it as a team. We've been wanting it all year. We've been grinding. Come up short a lot, and I think it just shows. We were up 2-0 and then get a couple bounces, bad bounces here and there, and the way we responded, I think, says a lot about our team. Didn't get down, just kept grinding. Came out 4-on-3, put one in the net.
Yeah, and in that power play goal that goes in an OT, just talk about the feeling of seeing Taylor's arms go in the air and you getting to celebrate that one.
Yeah, obviously that was really big. Me and Taylor actually work on that a lot in practice. She just stands in front of the goalie and I just try hit her stick. So when I did that, it didn't really hit right away, and I saw her hands go up, and I was just like, awesome! Finally won that one in.
I asked the same question to Talya too, but this game played out a little bit similar to the Duluth game, where you had that lead the whole game and it just slipped away at the last minute. It almost started to feel like Dow was creeping in when it kind of went away again.
Obviously there was 6 minutes left and they scored kind of back-to-back goals, and it's very easy to sit back on our heels, feel sorry for ourselves and dig ourselves a hole, but I think something that we're big on is staying positive, and that's not going to help us out in the end. So working together to pull out that win is huge.
And as a senior on this team, just talk about what this night could do for a lot of young girls who have not been here before and haven't won that first game, or for a girl like Talya who hasn't scored her first goal before tonight.
Yeah, obviously we have quite a few freshmen and they play a lot of minutes, and it's been our schedule obviously very hectic and hard, and that's what this league is. And every team we play, doesn't matter 1 through 8, they're going to be a battle. And I think once we got this win, they're going to realize how nice it feels, and it's just going to drive us to do that more and more.